This is a very important topic, and as a student of politics and democracy, I'll try to be as objective as possible. You told me, and all your viewers this morning, that democracy is receding in Ghana. That as much as 23% of the people of Ghana do not believe in our democracy. And that represents a veritable threat.
Because of what you guys make of it.
That represents, that's what I'm saying, I have to be, as a student.
Yeah, go ahead.
That represents a veritable threat to our democracy. And anybody who has lived under a democratic regime will not want to live under any other regime. And so we must be worried. Now, democracy thrives when there is citizen participation. The political parties are citizens of this country. The officers of the political parties are citizens of this country. So, and democracy is consolidated when institutions established by the state operate in an honest, transparent, and open manner. Then you can now repose, or if you want, invest confidence in those institutions, because you will know that they will be fair, impartial. Now, apart from the right to life, in my view, the right to exercise a choice is so fundamental that it should not be restricted. And all of us know, including the current president, that vigilantism has represented a threat to our thriving democracy. And so that is why attempts have been made in the past to deal with vigilantism. When vigilantism or violence is perpetuated by state apparatus, then it becomes more worrying. Now, democracy and peace is built on justice. Justice. And justice is secured on the wings of accountability. It is not for nothing that our motto is freedom and justice. Freedom to act within the confines of the law and to have justice when you are wronged. Now, which of these 6 requirements, if we say that we are investing in the peace of this country, tell me, which of these 6 requirements is difficult to fulfill?
1, Ayawa Suwas-Wogon report.
Yes.
What is left? There was a white paper where you have a disagreement. Is partly Brian Champon, who the report said ought to be reprimanded.
Yes.
The government issued a white paper. And you know what the law says?
Yes.
The government did not accept everything. The guy who was to be prosecuted for assault of St. George,
yes,
for slapping him,
yes,
the government said that was provocation. So they disagree with, I still can't wrap my mind around that, my head around that issue. That you have eminent persons, respected persons like Emil Francis Short, Professor Henrietta Mensah Bonsu, and Kwating, the former IGP. They come with a recommendation, and the white paper cherry picks and tells them, go to hell with this.
I knew where you were going.
But here is the point. The point of law is that the white paper did not accept everything. It did not accept that Brian Champon should be reprimanded. So what is this thing about it should be implemented in full?
What white paper are you talking about? Is that what the Constitution requires?
Yes.
That you cherry pick. When there's issue a white paper, you can cherry pick. Is that what the Constitution
That's what we know.
That's what you know, but is that what the Constitution says? The Constitution doesn't give the president the power to cherry pick. Is establishing the committee of inquiry or commission of inquiry, did the president use his pocket money? The Constitution doesn't give him that power. And again, that is how impunity thrives. I tell you today on your set.
But government from time immemorial.
Repeating mistakes has never been experienced. As a lawyer, if you are always repeating mistakes in court, that doesn't make you an experienced lawyer. So even though governments have been doing that, It doesn't make it right. And what the chairman of the NDC and Asedun Katia is saying is that let's right the wrongs. How is that difficult?
How are you going to get such a demand? There's a white paper that says, I don't agree with everything the commission said. So it is only those we agree with, we accept.
Including
that
giving
will be
security
implemented.
uniform, Azogo giving security uniform to people sitting in a circle to go and visit violence on individuals who are exercising their right under the Constitution to determine who represents them in Parliament. You think that that's good for our democracy? You don't think that that also has a bearing?
The white paper forecloses the other issues we want to relitigate.
The white paper forecloses the other issues and makes our democracy a threat. You don't see the link? You don't see the link. You don't see that what happened in Ayawaso was a foreplay of what was going to happen in the 2020 elections. You don't see it. You don't see that the 8 people who were murdered for no just reason will have their family not interested in our democracy.
Talk about the 8 people. The Ayawaso report. The white paper said those instances where there was supposed to be prosecution that the government accepted, it referred to the Criminal Investigations Department, police. It's their job. In the 2020 elections, people were killed. It is the job of the police. So who are you making this demand from?
The Peace Council. Because when I was in Parliament and we were establishing the Peace Council, we said we needed people with integrity. We needed people with moral turpitude. We said we needed people who were not manifestly political. Because as an institution, they have to pursue peace and ensure that Ghana is peaceful always.
What should they do?
So, if they have referrals to the police, the Peace Council cannot say, because the referrals are to the police, we have nothing to do with it. They have the duty as a Peace Council to take the issues and get to the police and see what they're doing about those issues. They have that duty. And is it too much? If you are going to elections and you have your registered population of voters, and then you can only print 10% additional of the votes, and you have 1 million extra votes printed illegally, who directed the printing of the 1 million votes? Who directed that? You need to know. Will it be repeated? Impunity is what disturbs our democracy. And so let's begin to hold people accountable. That's what the General Secretary is saying. And the chairman of the party is saying. And I don't think that is too much. Peace is built on the foundation of justice. Without that, you can't have peace. You remember growing up, we used to sing Peter Tosh's song. People talk about peace, but he talks about equal rights and what? And justice. Because that is the foundation on which peace is built. I mean, the
EC equipment
BVD
missing issue. It is in the court, is it not?
He says
the criminal process is there.
He's not saying that EC should bring the BVDs. He didn't say that.
So investigate it.
Investigate it. Honest, transparent, public.
Okay.
Let us investigate it so that everybody will understand what has happened. He didn't say prosecute people. He said investigate it through an honest, transparent platform